Alright guys, it's Fat Aaron. What's good in the hood? Today I'm going to be giving my, I guess you could say my final analysis on what's different between the 360 and the PS3, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Currently, I'm level 40 on the 360 and I'm 9th Prestige, actually I had 10th Prestige level 1 on the PS3. So you can see I've played a similar amount of time on both systems. Also I've, played Call of Duty 4, World at War, got to 8th or 9th Prestige on Modern Warfare 2, 15th on Black Ops, 15th on Modern Warfare 3, and only level 40 on the 360 on Black Ops 2. So, I've played a similar amount of time on both consoles, so I really know what I'm talking about. But anyways, what I've noticed, I'm going to give you a wraparound of what happens when you play on the PS3. When you play on the PS3, it's like a normal, I feel like it's a standard Call of Duty game. You got your people that are going to go try hard like me sometimes. You've got your people that are going to camp, the people that are going to snipe, do all those kinds of things. Something you're going to see in every Call of Duty game. Shotgunners, campers, snipers, and, LMG target finders. All those things are going to be in that game. In the PS3, you don't see a lot of parties. You do run into some parties sometimes, but you don't see a lot of them simply because the PS3 doesn't have like the party chat system, those sorts of things. It's not necessarily as user-friendly when it comes to social stuff as the 360 is. The 360 has the party chat, the 360 has, easier ways to send invites. It's not as laggy when it comes to you want to, go to the menu, send an invite, do things like that. The 360 is by far the better social party platform. It's hands down, that's what it is. The PS3 does really good in the fact that, it's free. The online is free, and it's not like one of those, oh, you pay what you get, or you get what you pay for. The PS3 isn't bad online at all. I mean, people say that there's like connection issues. There's really no difference in terms of connectivity and things like that. It's just not. There's not that much of a difference. In terms of players, there are more players on the 360 than on the PS3. The 360's been on a year longer. The people that got those got their friends to get it, things like that. So there are more people on the 360 than the PS3. And if you've done any sort of math before, you know that since there's something that's like a bigger population, as long as it's a normal population, there's going to be more of everything. So there's going to be more better players on the 360. So that's definitely a fact. There's going to be more better players on the 360. There's also going to be more worse players on the 360. Because not everyone that has an Xbox is awesome. That's not the way it works. Some people like the PS3 because their friends have it, or the games that Sony has, vice versa for the 360. So there are going to be more better players, more bad players, and more average players, simply because there's more, players all around. The one thing that I do seem to notice that's the biggest difference between both the consoles is that there are way more try-hard people on the 360. And I don't even mean try-hard people as in people that are going to go, they're going to get like 50 kills in a game and like 3 deaths or something, and they're really going for the score streaks. Last night, I got into a game against a guy on the PS3 who would literally not leave his own spawn on standoff and ended up getting like, blackbird dogs in swarm against me and my friends. I think I almost had a full party, and it was just super annoying because this guy was trying like way too hard, like just so hard to do well, and it was kind of annoying. And then the next game on what was it, Hijack, we just wrecked these kids. I was running the I think it was like the Lightning Strike, the AGR, or I don't even know what it was, but whatever I was running, we wrecked the crap out of those kids, and that's because, he tried hard by camping to get his streaks. And I don't see as much of that in the fucking 360. I see more of like I'm gonna find the easiest way to get me kills. And whether that be the I've seen a lot of the dual B-23Rs. I haven't actually seen that in a long time. I've seen so many. If you play standoff, it's not even worth it to rush. You have to chill out because they're all using shotguns. Like, it's not even funny. The amount of people who use shotguns and the amount of people who snipe on the Xbox 360 is by far the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And this has to do with the demographics that's on the console itself. The PS3 definitely has a lot more people that are older, maybe have a little bit more money, simply because, I'm not saying people who have the 360 are poor, but a lot of them are usually people, I think the demographics, if you actually look for it, is people in their like mid 20s, like 30s, things like that, because when the PS3 first came out, it was like $600. There's not a lot of kids out there who can get a system for $600, and it was that for a long time. Now you can get it for, I think, $250, $300, but the 360 is still cheaper. It's like $200, you know, whatever. The 360 doesn't have a Blu-ray player. A lot of adults have bought the PS3 simply because you can watch Blu-rays on it, do things like that. So I'm not saying that people that had the 360 are poor. I'm saying that more people that can afford the 360 are usually younger, have a little bit less money, and it's still a great gaming system. You can do all this stuff on it. So the people that are playing are going to be people who are going to be trying harder to win because they didn't get the PS3, you know, to go super hard. A lot of them got it for Blu-ray, and guess what? You can play games. The people who want a strictly gaming system with a little bit of extras, like, you know, Netflix, all these things that now the 360 has become, they're going to be on the 360. Kids and their friends, they're all getting it. So I've seen, like I said, a lot of TriHard people, people that love to snipe. And by snipe, I mean quickscope. Snipe, I mean camp in scope. It actually is the first Call of Duty game, excuse me, that reminds me a lot of Call of Duty 4. Back in Call of Duty 4, before there were a ton of tryhards, I used to have sniping battles with people from across the map on Crossfire, if any of you know what I'm talking about. Really long map. I would sit in my spawn and try and snipe out the snipers in their spawn and vice versa, and it was a lot of fun because if they got me, now I had to figure out how to get back up there and snipe them, and it was like it was fun. It was sniping. And now I've seen a lot more of that, so there's a lot of people that are really just trying to, you know, get the kills they can in any way, shape, or form possible. Sniping back here. Like I said, lots and lots and lots of shotgun usage. A decent amount of LMG target finders, but just a lot of camping to get kills any way they can. And I'm not talking about skill-based matchmaking. I'm not saying people are better, because I can go into the next 10 lobbies and I'll show you what the skills supposedly of the other team is. You know, their win-loss, their score per minute, their kill-death ratio. Every single one of them is lower than mine and does not add up. So skill-based matchmaking is probably a little bit of it. They try to put people that are like similar together, but again, like I'm saying, it's just a lot. It seems to me, the way I think, again, this is my opinion, feel free to get mad at it, feel free to accept it, whatever. This is just what the conclusion I've come to, is there's a lot of tryhards in the 360, so it's not that, you know, there's a lot better competition, that, you know, it's going to be harder to do well simply because the competition's so good. It's going to be harder to do well because the competition wants to really get kills. The PS3 is much more laid back, chill. The 360 is much more like hectic, crazy, you know, a ton of like diamond shotguns, so you come around a corner and you don't even have time to react. You're out, you're done. And, you know, the sniping, the 13-year-old kids love sniping, all those sorts of things. But, you know, I seem to find the people that I play with on the 360 and parties and stuff to be a lot cooler than that on the PS3. Granted, I have friends and stuff, the PS3 that I'm friends with in real life, but in terms of, like, you guys, the subscribers that I've picked up so far and I've played with, I think I've played with, like, 3 or 4 of you, I've actually preferred playing with you guys than I have of some of the people on PS3 that I meet randomly. So it's just all personal preference, all that sort of thing. Some differences. It's the same game. The players are a little different, but the skills aren't really that much different. That's all there is to it. It's just preference in console and then what happens afterwards. So if you understand what I'm saying, sweet. I hope you listen to the whole video. If not, you know what? I hope you enjoyed some decent kills. And, you know, me using the freaking Peacekeeper again. It's the only gun I really freaking use, but I will be switching guns once I finally get a diamond or gold or whatever. Anyways, final score's like 51-5 or some stupid crap. 51-6. It's Veteran. I will talk to you guys soon. I hope you have a great day, and I'm out. Peace!
Our tracks have been erased. Good job.